Hello there. Good afternoon, treasured friends. It's my big honor and pleasure to come your way again today. So, no matter where you are watching from, I greet you. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. I'm here to drop a few thoughts, still on compatibility. The last time we were in touch like this, we talked about compatibility, to be or not to be. I sought for your comment and opinion, and I want to use this medium to appreciate those of us that made comments, very useful one for that matter. But this time around, I want to drop a few thoughts on the same subject matter, compatibility. Before I go to define what compatibility is for the purpose of this discussion, I want to start with telling you what compatibility is not. What compatibility is not, that people assume that is compatibility. Compatibility is not conformity. Because sometimes when people say, oh, I am not compatible with this person, or compatible with that person, or this situation, when you really sit down with them to hear them out deeply, you realize that they're mistaking conformity. Conformity simply means compliance with standard. Some other people mistaking compatibility for uniformity. Uniformity is not compatibility, and compatibility is not uniformity. Uniformity simply means sameness. I have to go out of my way to get this to illustrate. Now, when you talk about uniformity, look, this is uniformity. And this is what people advocate for and say we are not compatible, that I am shaped this way, and then he or she is not shaped that way, then we are not compatible. You simply advocating for uniformity. If we are uniform, there is no need for marriage. Marriage simply means marrying two things together. Then what is compatibility? Compatibility means ability to fit in two people to work harmoniously to achieve the same goal, to achieve beauty and excellence, to fit in two bodies, two people, two objects. For instance, let's look at this right now. If I take this right now and fit it in to this place. So, when I fit this thing in, you can see. Why was I able to fit in this and this? Because where this one stretches out, protrudes out, there is a similar hole where it fits in. Can you see that? There are three fitting in here. The first one is this outer one, the middle one, and then the last one. That speaks volumes of our subject matter today. That when we talk about compatibility, we don't have to be alike. We don't have to be alike to be compatible. Some people are looking for who they are alike. No. In fact, in marriage, opposites attract. That is why men are attracted by women and women attracted by men. So opposites attract. So you see, it is the differences in the shape that makes it to fit in. And this is what we are talking about. What should unite us, what should make us compatible, are the very reasons people are advancing while they are not compatible. So, today I'm bringing our thoughts that look, stop advocating on misunderstanding. Don't take uniformity to mean compatibility. So don't begin to think that, okay, we must look like this. There is no way you can fit in here. All right? So it takes opposite to attract, even in the law of magnetism, also in the law of life. All right? So after that, the next thing is differences. Ability to identify the differences between spouses, between people in relationship that are looking for compatibility. What will make two people compatible are their differences, ability to identify and harmonize the differences. When you look at this is a hole shaped and this is a projection. You fit it in. Then you can talk about compatibility here now. So we should be able to identify the differences. The differences I am talking about here is differences in personality, not differences in values. There are essentials and there are non-essentials. In the core essentials like values, there must be conformity. Right? Values concerning faith, values concerning character, integrity, the things that we esteem very high. There must be conformity at whatever level. But when it comes to personality, listen to me, what we celebrate are the differences. What we celebrate are the differences. Then when you match the differences now, when you identify the difference, I'm going to show us another picture concerning differences and matching. Look at this. I don't know if you can do this. I came up with this picture. This is the picture of the brain of human being. This is the way human brain is shaped. If you can see it very well, you can see that the human brain has a line. There are two different halves of human brain. You can see the right side and you can see the left side. So this is the way God created human being. Every human brain is parted into two halves, the right half and the left half. Why am I bringing this? Because if you don't know this, it will be difficult for us to interpret or explain compatibility effectively. When you look at this is the right side. And one thing we need to know is that every human being is designed by default to make use of one side of the brain more effectively than the other. I will explain what I mean. That every human being makes use of one side of the brain more effectively than the other. This is what I mean. This is my right hand, and this is my left hand. I am a right-handed person. Simply means if I want to write my name there, my name, I just wrote my name. It is easier for me to use this right hand because my right hand, in fact, medically speaking, confirm that from your doctor. Medically speaking, every organ of the body that is in two, like hand, right hand, left hand, one function. There is no two organs of the body that are exactly the same in shape and in size. The breast of every woman, one is slightly bigger than the other. Go and evaluate it. The nose, the eyes, go and ask your ophthalmologist. Go and every part of the body, including the brain. So, I make use of my right hand. That does not mean my left hand is useless. I can still manage to write something with my left hand, but it cannot be as effective and efficient as I do with my right hand. The same thing with the human brain. No part of the brain is useless, but one is more energized than the other. Those who have their right side of the brain more energized are more spontaneous in reasoning and in acting. They are impulsive in nature. They think in motion. As they think in the go. Whereas those whose left side of the brain are more energized are more analytical in nature. Whatever you throw at them, they will first analyze it effectively before they make a choice or decision. Unlike those whose right side of the brain are higher energized. They spontaneously, impulsively react and respond to issues. All right? So, and this is how everybody is wired. But the challenge we have now is that those whose left side of the brain are naturally empowered by default, and they are more analytical, those people are better with calculations, like mathematics, engineering, or whatever. So they come to a point where you think that you are the ideal standard in error. And you just felt, what is in mathematics that you cannot pass? Please don't ask that question next time. That is a wrong question. It simply means you are left-sided brain empowered or energized. So it is very easy. It is natural. You are wired by default to reason, to analyze, to articulate things. Whereas the other people are impulsive. So these are the problem. It's just like somebody who is left-handed enabled, who write with left hands, and then you now begin to wonder, how is it easy for you? It's very easy for him, just as it's very easy for me. So to make life go well, you need to celebrate the individualities in different personalities. You need to identify it. So husband and wives, couples here now, coming back to compatibility with these little explanations, it is important you identify, highlight, itemize the differences between you and your spouse. Marriages have problems today because the husband wants his wife to be like him, and the wife wants her husband to be like her. Listen to me. There is no way I can be like you when by default I am left brain energized, and yet you want me to think and reason like you. You can't do that. So now, here is the middle line. Please don't, those who are right brain, please don't force. Why did God energize one person more on the right side and energize the other person more on the left side? It simply means, wisdom tells you that when you bring the right energized personality together with the left energized personality, then it gives you the complete functionalities of the brain. You have achieved successes with your side of the brain, but listen to me. You will discover that it becomes better when you humble yourself, become wise enough, become patient enough to know that you are not the ideal standard of life. You are only responding to your energies, to your strengths, to your weaknesses. So do not pummel or buffet others who are not wired like you. Husband and wife should please calm down, sit down. What you think is erroneous by your spouse can be explored and harmonized to get better results. Somebody said, look, Pastor, I am heading towards west, and my spouse is heading towards east. He said, therefore, we are not compatible. And I smiled. I said, you are heading towards west, right? And your spouse is heading towards east, right? That gives you a wider scope of reach. So as you reach out to the west and your wife reach out to the east, so you have possibilities from west to the east by virtue of your partner, which is what God intended in the initial at the onset. If you are heading to the north and your spouse is heading to the south, so that stretches your scope of reach for possibilities to the north and to the south. So don't carry all of you move to the north, and so you missed all the possibilities towards the south. And don't travel down south, two of you, and you miss all the possibilities and opportunities towards the north. You have to calm down. That God did not create a crazy person. God created the spouse, enabled him or her, so that with coming to your side, you can have a wider scope. If you can just fit in, if you can just calm down and stop trading blames and stop claiming superiorities and stop claiming my own is the best. No, just know that, look, where this person caves in is because why God made you to produce out in this place so that you can fit in. Look at it. You can fit in, have a wider scope, accomplish good and better things for yourselves and for the kingdom. All right? So, what am I trying to say? Embrace your differences. It's just like in soccer, in football. You have the right winger, you have the left winger. You have the people who make use of their right side of legs better than the left side. You have those who make use of their left leg better. Though coaches train everybody to make use of both legs, but naturally by default, one leg is stronger, more effective, more creative than the other. Right. So coaches now have to deploy such players to their natural position to get the result they wanted. Now, as I begin to wrap it up together in the area of compatibility, this is the way it works. Coming back to my diagram, right? Now, you have a couple. One is an extrovert, the other is an introvert. And this is, well, it is wired. Like I said, opposite attracts. It is what you lack that you fancy. It is what you lack that tickles you. Everybody gravitates towards what he or she lacks. That is why men gravitate towards female, and female also gravitate towards male. Now, introverts gravitate towards extroverts by default, and extroverts gravitate towards introverts. And this is introvert, this is extrovert, and when they come to fit in, it makes a perfect match. It might not be this easy, but this is what is intended. All right. A couple. One is a spender, the other one is a saver. One is structured, the other one is non-structured. Instead of you, the spender, to begin to harass everybody, lament and shout, we are not compatible. I want to buy this. I want to put money here. And he or she, the other one is not seeing it that way. Do you know why? You are wired a spender, and the other person is wired a saver. Do you think God is stupid or foolish? God brought a saver and a spender so that your finances can be better managed. God brought a structured person and non-structured person so that there can be order in the house. Non-structured person is the one that we put something here and start looking for it everywhere. All right? Whereas the other one is structured. You always have a place where he arranges some things. You agree with me? Among the couple, one presses the tube from the middle or anywhere. In fact, his or her slogan is, let there be a paste, and there was a paste. So whether it is from the center or from the mouth, just let there be a paste. But whereas the other structured one must press it from the bottom neatly. What? Listen to me. So these are the way. These are the forms. These are forms of life. God wanted this dynamism to create fun at home. It should not bring quarrel. It should not bring misunderstanding. Please, I want you to draw your attention to your spouse to listen to these brief words I just dropped here now, so that we can rethink. Because this very person you are now shouting, we are not compatible, you were attracted to him, you were attracted to her, you liked her. She was your choice among the many other ladies around. He was your choice. He was not the first person that came to you for proposal, but he was the one you said yes to. Something attracted him to you, and something attracted her to you. So that tells you there's a force of attraction in the first instance. But I'm just trying to let you know now that, look, the differences is what you should celebrate, and not to antagonize yourself with. Sit down to work it out. Sit down to work it out. Well, thing is deep and deeper, but time cannot permit me here, all right? A number is there on the screen that you can send an SMS for further counseling, further inquiry. But meanwhile, I will also encourage you to go to the comment bar. Go to the comment bar, type in your thoughts, type in the thoughts you agree with and the things you felt there are no, or ask your questions there, and I will definitely come your way again. I will definitely come your way again. So by the time I see you, I believe you are going to be a better person with your spouse. Till we come your way again, keep shining, keep rising. The grace of God be multiplied for you. and let things keep working out better for you and your spouse. I love you.